Hi guys, it's Willow, and last time we spoke, we went over writing your antagonists. So I thought what better than to now go over protagonists. This is obviously important because usually your entire story revolves around your protagonist. So it's critical to have a well thought out and well written character. This is a super long one, so I'm just going to jump right into it, and I'll start off with the tips for writing your protagonist. A lot of these are common sense or have been mentioned before, but they're all still very relevant. And if this is your first time watching, you'll be able to kind of catch up on some of the other things that I've touched on. Number one, as always, is character outlines. These are important for getting inside your character's mindset and getting to know their personality thoroughly in order to keep it consistent. Make sure it's detailed and each point is sufficiently explored. As a writer, you're kind of the tour guide of your character's personality in mind. So if you're lost, your readers are going to be lost as well. Number two is motivation is key. This can relate to your character outline a little bit, and usually you want to at least briefly touch on it in your character outline, but it's important to also have a very clear idea of what is making them act the way they are in your story. Understanding why your character is doing what they're doing and fighting what they're fighting is extremely important. There are two kind of categories to motivation. One is external and one is internal motivation. External motivation is what's happening around them and to them that makes them respond, and then internal is what they are feeling and how their brain is working. And both of them are very important to understand while writing your character. Number three is why them. I've gone over this before, but it's important to understand why you're writing about the character you're writing about and not another character in your book. What makes them specially equipped or more interesting than the rest of the people in the same situations. Number four is keep what they do know and don't know in mind. And this relates not only to the situation they're going through, but also the knowledge that they come equipped with already. So what are their life experiences? Do they know how to drive a stick shift or not? And you want them to be surprised by things they're not supposed to know is coming. It also helps you understand what kind of words or reactions they may have. It also will help you understand what kind of words they may use. Are they of high intelligence, low intelligence? Do they know a lot of words? Do they know a lot about mechanics and so they're mechanically inclined? Are they artistic? Do they know that Becky has a secret? Maybe they even know something that your reader doesn't. But that should still be taken into consideration while writing them. And unless your character is psychic, they shouldn't just have information coming from nowhere and know everything all the time. Number five is make them likable. Everybody wants to root for the main character that they're reading about. You want them to be hooked, emotionally invested, and turning the page. A lot of people want to be reminded about what's good about them and have that mirror to sort of help them connect with your main character. Number six is make sure they're facing a difficult problem. I went over this a little bit in my villains video, but you want to make sure that there's an actual chance for your protagonist to lose. You don't want every victory to come easily for them, and throwing in a few losses here and there is actually good for the struggle. The less smooth sailing, the better the plot. Number seven is have them struggle with choices. Having your characters struggle with what choices to make and what actions to take helps add suspense and build them up as a round character and really show how their thinking process works. It's a good way to have your readers put themselves in the shoes of your character because they may ask what they would do in the certain situation that they're in. Number eight, have them interact with what's going on around them. This does relate a little bit to number seven, but I mean this in more of an environmental way. Not only should they be making choices, but they should be taking actions that have consequences. Not everything should be happening to your character, but but they should be actively causing some situations to happen, just as much as the obstacle in their way. Number 9 is one of the very most important things for your character, and that is make them change. The best characters evolve and learn from the situations that they go through and the struggles and the obstacles that they overcome. A flaw could be overcome, a new characteristic could be developed. In real life, very seldomly do people go through something major and life-changing and not also change within. This also helps your reader take something away from your story and learn as well, just like your main character does. Now, let's go over some common mistakes when writing your protagonist. It's really easy to make mistakes when writing in general, and it takes years for most people to be considered good writers, for most people. And for improving in any subject, it's very important to identify mistakes and things that can be improved upon in your writing. However, a lot of these tips can be controversial and are not always 100% true for every writer in every book. If yours breaks one of these mistakes, but you think that it fits with your story well and you are pulling it off, then continue to do so. It's your story and you're in charge. So that being said, we're going to start off with number 1, which is don't info dump. I've been over this in almost every single one of my videos, but info dumping is where you just say what's happening and what all of the circumstances are and just vomit words at your reader instead of having them learn things as they go. This is particularly abused when talking about backstory. It's a very common mistake. Think about your readers learning about your character the same way you may learn about someone you're dating. You don't want to dump all of your trauma on the first date. You want to get to know them and slowly sort of dip your toes into their personality. Plus, it robs your readers of the experience of getting to understand and evolve and put themselves in the shoes of your main character. Number 2 is don't make your main character flat. And this whole video is basically about don't make your main character flat. What does a flat character look like? It's somebody that doesn't have much thought behind what they do or personality. They don't go very deep. They're just kind of surface level. Let your readers inside your character's head and their heart, and usually that involves going deeper than Susan doesn't like Henry. You know, it's why does Susan not like Henry? Number 3 is don't have them throw pity parties. I've been over this in a couple of my videos as well, and it's normal for your character to act sad when they're sad, but your readers want to learn about somebody who's resilient enough to pick themselves back up and keep going instead of wallowing in the mud. Have them be sad, have them be mad, have them go through what they need to go through in order to go to the next part of your story. The key is to always have them go to the next part of the story. Number 4 is the hotly debated chosen one trope. And I think I have an especially hard time for this because I love the chosen one trope and I don't want to let it go. However, a lot of the time it's overdone and people see it coming and it's kind of just a lazy excuse to have all these things happening to your character instead of actually giving them a reason to be involved. And another reason why it's so hotly debated is because so many people can still pull this off so well. It can also destroy the suspense in a story if there's some kind of prophecy that tells you how it's gonna end. If you do still want to use the chosen one route and even the prophecy route, make sure that the ending is still sort of shrouded. So there's a question whether or not this is going to end well. Number 5 is another hotly debated one, and one that I'm pretty guilty of overusing, and that is the absent or abusive parents cliche. A lot of people, including myself, much to my folly, like to use this to sort of build backstory and sort of use it as an excuse for your character to act certain ways. But it's very overdone. Especially since the creation of comic books, because it's very common for superheroes like Batman. Lots of the superheroes have either murdered or absent parents. And if it's not vital to your story that your character has gone through this, it's better just to omit them and not mention them than mention the fact that they're not there. If that makes any sense. Number 6 is overly good-looking characters. Believe it or not all of your readers are supermodels and may have an easier time connecting with characters that aren't supermodels either. In fact, it's actually pretty good to only add in small relevant details of your character's appearance and leave the rest to the reader's imagination so they can kind of build their own picture. Number 7 is sudden changes of heart with no reason or arc, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's just having your character change and evolve without writing it and putting in the effort to give them a reason and an evolution process. Take Pride and Prejudice into account for this one. Elizabeth has a change of heart towards Darcy, but only after a long road of not liking him and learning slowly, maybe this guy's not so bad, maybe I was wrong. And then of course, at least I've never read the actual book, but in the movie she gets that letter from him, and that's sort of a catalyst as well. And if she had just changed her mind about how she felt towards him, the readers would not have changed with her. They would have still not liked Darcy. Number 8 is having your characters make dumb mistakes. This is a common cringe in horror movies. It makes your character seem dumb when they make dumb mistakes. And your readers don't want to connect with someone who's dumb. Most of us do not think of ourselves as unintelligent. It's okay to have your character make mistakes. It's actually encouraged, but have it seem like they're making the right choice at the time, and that'll also help throw in twists and suspense. Number 9 is making your characters too perfect and without flaw. This is the epic Mary Sue mistake, where you make your character perfect with no flaws and no personality. This leaves little room to explore your character and makes them seem unrealistic and flat. It's not compelling, it's boring. And no one is perfect in real life despite what their Facebook may look like. Alright, so that is all for this week's lesson on writing protagonists. I hope you learned something new. I always do when I'm researching these and making these, and I think that's half the fun of making them, is that I'm learning with you guys. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to film, even since my last video coming back. It's been a while, but hopefully I'll be able to make videos more often again. And remember, we're all about mistakes here on the Willow channel, so never feel bad. This week, I want you to look into your protagonist's outline and the way that they've been behaving so far in your books, because I hope you guys have still been writing while I've been gone, and make any changes or steer them in new directions. And you can do it. Keep writing. That is the ultimate key to all of my videos, is that you have to keep writing. Let me know about your favorite protagonists in both literary, film, and video game formats. Or if you have any tips that I've missed, make sure to comment those down below as well. I would love to hear some updates from you guys. I've been missing you and I've been wondering where you are with your books. Also, I'm always still open for suggestions, so you can comment those down below or message me on my Twitter or Instagram. I should have those linked down below. I'm super forgetful, so if not, they are still on my YouTube channel page. Plus, that way you can remind me and yell at me when I take too long to upload. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, and welcome to the Willow channel. I always love talking to you guys. And I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.